I am so honored to be with you all today. And as Crystal said, I'm so excited to be here to celebrate you as women. So I'm looking for you to bring the energy that will help me to give that energy back to you. How many of us remember when we were little girls that we probably got the question asked to us, what do you want to be when you grow up? When I asked my 5-year-old goddaughter what her answer was, she said, Godmommy, I want to be the tooth fairy when I grow up, because I want to make sure that kids all over the world get more than $5 when they lose their teeth. And I said, you stay ambitious about that, sweetheart. But what seemed like an innocent question trailed us for so long because we felt the pressure to become what we said out loud. Now we've grown up and we're not little girls anymore. But there's a new question that we often get asked in leadership. What is your superpower? What's the thing that makes you so successful? As if who you are is not good enough. Well, ladies, I am here to dispel that myth. You do not need a superpower to be successful. Who you are is enough. And to take it a step further, you actually already have a power within you that no one can take away. And I want to teach you how to do the same thing because you already have it inside of you. We're going to walk through a series of exercises today to show you how to unlock it. But I have one important truth to let you know. Boldness starts in our brain, not our personality. So the next time you think about, oh gosh, I don't know what to do in this moment, and you feel overwhelmed with anxiety, overwhelmed with what sometimes we call imposter syndrome of, I don't know if I'm smart enough to figure it out. I don't know if I'm good enough to have the right answer. I want you to remember that it could be just your brain's way of trying to protect you. That boldness is an innate power and a neurological skill that you can train. So there is no longer a myth that you have to have a bold personality. You can have a measure of boldness as an introvert, as someone who likes to process things differently, because you can train yourself to do this as a leader. I said to myself, every week, I'm going to try one thing that scares me a little bit. I'm just going to try one thing. Every staff meeting, everyone around the room would have to come up with one small task that they would do as a low-risk fear moment to overcome this sense of hesitation. That's an easy practice that you can do within your teams. Asking people to identify one thing that they can do that maybe scares them a little, but then holding them accountable to actually do it. It's okay when we have decision paralysis, but there are going to be ways that we rewire our brain and use this neurological skill and leadership competency to unlock the power that we already have. Now imagine you as a leader working on this skill yourself, but then taking it to your teams. Imagine what that would happen if we're not all individually rewiring our brains, but collectively we're doing it. When we collectively do that, that means that as a leader, you're unlocking a power of a culture tied to psychological safety, creativity, and innovation. You to be bold because it's connected to impact. And micro-boldness leads to macro transformation. Because when you have that culture of psychological safety, creativity, and innovation, you have an organization that is prioritizing small incremental changes for a big change at the end. Toyota's model didn't happen overnight. It started with individual leaders recognizing that they had an internal power that they can unlock and that they could open. So when you're looking for the impact in your organization that you know is possible, it's got to start with you. The last thing that I want you to do on the back of your card is to write down the one thing you're going to do the next time you think about this thing keeping you up at night. And this time, when you share it with your partner, I want you to ask for your partner's phone number or some type of social media handle. So ladies, I encourage you, if we're really going to embrace the theme of this year's conference of being boldly you, I want you to hang up the Superwoman cape. I want you to let go of this narrative that you have to have a superpower. I want you to remember that you already have the power within you. And just in case you can't reach your accountability partner, there's also a small card in there with my QR code because I'd love to be your accountability partner as well. And that will connect you to my contact information because I want to hear your stories. I want to hear how you're taking micro-boldness as a lifestyle. I want to hear how you're creating psychological safety and a culture of creativity in your organizations. And when you start to see your macro transformation, both in your corporate role and in all the other titles that you carry, I want to hear your story. Ladies, I leave you with this. You are already bold from within. It's time to unlock the power that's already yours. Thank you.